1007 or 1-800-348-1007.
35192 to text. AlanCoxShow.com. You can watch live there. Chep Derp is helping out, and so far it's been a little bit rocky for him. Or her back there. I don't know. I don't meet these people. Is Chep Derp a male or a female?
That's a female.
That's a female. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that she worked today.
Short for Chepstein, maybe. Chep Derp, thank you so much.
Chepstina.
What is it?
Chepstina.
Chepstina. Thanks so much. But I think we're back up and running now with the live video stream.
People are trying to say, like, Bill does the audio and video, but okay. I don't do the audio at all. I have nothing to do with audio.
I do the audio.
Alan does the audio.
And you oversee the video.
I oversee the video, but it's still a two-man process. And then we also work with equipment that sometimes just says, hey, we don't want to work properly. So
nobody wants to work anymore.
Yes.
Even software programs. They just don't want to work.
So we're making it.
If we ever transition to that 4-day software work week, we're going to be really screwed on Friday. Cavaliers will welcome Kevin Love back into their midst down in Miami tonight. Be on his home turf. Kevin Love now with the Miami Heat. And they're going to play at, what is it, American Airlines Arena, I think is where Miami Heat plays, or did they rename it?
I think it's still that.
I've driven past it, but I've never seen a game there. Cavs at Heat tonight. The first of two, by the way. They're staying in Miami. They play them tonight at 7:30, and then they play them Friday at 8.
So strange.
Yeah, and then they go to Charlotte, and they'll play them twice in a couple days. So anyway, Kevin Love will see his old pals. He's got to be excited for that. And the next time the Heat come to Cleveland, I'm sure he'll get a very, very nice reception. So Cavs, Heat tonight, 7:30 here on WMMS, your FM home for Cleveland Cavaliers basketball. Will the Heat come back to Cleveland before the end of the season? I don't think they will.
I don't think they will, yeah.
There's
only like 15 games left.
Yeah, April 9th is the last regular season game against Charlotte here in Cleveland. So, not many games left. But the Cavs are looking good, and you'll hear them here on MMS. Keep in mind, use the promo code SHAMROCK for whatever you want to get at CLE Clothing Company. They're always dropping new items. They got the fish fry stuff for Lent. They got the Buzzard tees there, those St. Patty's Day Buzzard shirts. If they're not sold out, they're online only. You can go to their website and buy them. Or next time you're in one of their stores, just make sure that you give them the promo code SHAMROCK. CLEclothingco.com would be the website. And so did we determine, Pound Cake, did you determine who you would transfer your hot guy allegiance to now that Kevin Love is in Miami? I know we kind of brushed past it, but is there a guy that you looked at where you're like, that's the guy that I'm going to put my considerable public influence behind?
Chetty
Osman. Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't sure if you had been toying with that, or I assume that you have a system of levers and pulleys that helped you come to that conclusion.
Yeah, because attractiveness, how long they've been
what are the criteria? Are they all non-sports related?
Yeah, nothing has to do with how good they are as a player.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't care about that. It's just like their allegiance to the team, like their loyalty goes a long way with me because it's something that I aspire to have.
He aspires to have loyalty.
So their allegiance to the teams, Chetty's been on there maybe half of the time that Kevin Love has been there, and Kevin Love's the vet. He's also good looking and
very tall.
Well, they're all tall. They're all basketball.
Well, but I mean, Muggsy Bogues. I mean, he wasn't tall. I mean,
yeah, but he's kind of an outlier.
Yeah, Spud Webb.
And I feel like he's kind of like off in the cut. You don't really see him in too many things. Kevin Love. When I say he was the face, he got a lot of attention. Chetty doesn't get that much attention.
Well, maybe he will now.
Maybe he will now.
Wasn't Chetty a guy that we were tossing back and forth between the Charge and us and the Cavs?
No, he's pretty much been on the main roster since he got drafted. But
okay.
He's always been a guy that has just been okay.
Okay.
And this may be on a personal note, but do we like personal or no?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, I think Turkish is one of the countries that do circumcise, so that's
he's Macedonian.
He's Macedonian.
Well, I looked him up and it said Turkish professional basketball player.
Okay.
Okay,
That's,
well.
all right. I always get confused by it. 'Cause,
Well, his dad's Turkish, so if his dad's Turkish, I bet he's snipped.
yeah.
Does that make you feel better?
So I'm saying I get my foreign fantasy without the foreign, turtleneck.
Yeah.
Because that always kind of ruined it for me. Like, I always think about, like, all the people I love, like the guys from One Direction or David Beckham and all these people.
Now
that-
you're assuming they're not because of what?
Because they're from Europe. And in Europe, it is as uncommon as people who are cut or who are uncut.
Is
Are
that
here.
true?
Yeah.
Even Brits?
Over 50 or 60%. Most
Okay.
people are uncircumcised.
Wow. So that really, I mean, if that's one of your main criterion, that really pulls a lot of territory off your plate.
It hurts my feelings. That's why I think if I ever were to work for a player or someone, like, I don't know.
No wonder you want to go to Tel Aviv.
That's what I'm saying. That I get the foreign experience without all the foreign,
Baggage, the literal skin baggage.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If I ever had to work for a player or someone who was in the industry, and they're like, we have concerns about you, Cody, because we're concerned that you're not going to be chill. Where is he from? Oh, he's from London. Yeah, no, you don't.
We're
have to worry.
concerned that you're too reliable, Cody. And
I'll just be here to work. I'm not after him.
so Chetty Osman is your guy.
Yeah. for
Okay. Now, what number is he?
now. I don't have time to Google it, do I?
Yeah. Well, if you Google it, it will tell you. I was just curious if you knew.
I don't know.
Okay. He's number 16 on your Cleveland Cavaliers. And they're in Miami tonight to play Kevin Love and the Heat.
Going for
7:30 tonight here on WMMS.
win 41, I believe.
Something like that. Some people are getting really excited. Put this in your Borgs and call me in the morning, kids. They're dropping Sunny D Vodka Seltzer.
Oh.
Whoa.
It's going to be available nationwide next Saturday.
Get him at your local school.
Same day that we'll be premiering our new metal show, 2 hours to midnight at MMS. Coincidence? Yes, 100% coincidence. Sunny D launching Sunny D Vodka Seltzer. Now, I have never had Sunny Delight. But does it taste? I always assumed
It's
that
good.
Well, I always assumed, I mean, I'm a kid of the 80s. I always assumed that it was like Tang. How does it differ from Tang?
Tang you mix on your own, right?
But
is the
I
main-
mean, taste-wise.
Tang is more Kool-Aid like. I mean, it does have a similarity
it's the
to
same.
Tang. Now, Tang, because Sunny D it's orange juice, but
It's a
there's
different
something
type
else.
of citrus.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's like Tampico or Tampico.
Oh, God, I love Tampico.
It's good.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's old school.
It doesn't really count as like orange juice. I don't know what it is, but
it's
it's
drink. It's orange drink.
it's
Yeah.
a tropical
It is.
drink.
Yeah,
Tropical in the loosest sense of the word.
I can't remember the last time I have had Sunny D. It's probably been from when my kids were little,
Yeah.
but it's like an extra sugary orange juice, basically.
See, I thought Tampico was
Is it Tampico or Tampico?
I think it's Tampico. I mean, it's there's a town in Illinois called Tampico, but Tampico is a Chicago drink. And so I thought it was only there. So growing up, I thought it was a local drink. And then I forget like where I moved and I found it in like a bodega or something. Because I think they technically make it in Mexico and send it back or something. I don't know. And I was like, oh my God, Tampico. I've never seen it here.
Oh, I can get Tampico before the CVS closed down, like where I live. I used to go in there all the time.
CVS. Wow.
Yeah, they had like a little grocery area, and I'm like, ooh, I gotta.
That
get
one
the
closed
Tampico.
down over there on 130th in Lorraine?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there were a handful of CVS's closing down. Tampico. Okay, so the Sunny D Vodka Seltzer is dropping next Saturday. And you kids in your Borgs, this might cut out a lot of the work. You know, if you can fill it halfway, and I know it's not vodka, it's vodka seltzer, but you fill your Borg half with Sunny D Vodka Seltzer, you get that flavor. Maybe you have to do less work. I don't know. Maybe you would just prefer to do straight vodka and actual Sunny D. I'd recommend doing a side-by-side taste test. Next time you're going to have a big weekend coming up on campus. do one of these. Out there in Oberlin or where do they party hard around here? BW? Did they party hard over
absolutely.
I would say Kent.
Case?
I would say Kent.
Kent, yeah.
Case.
I
Kent,
meant a little
Akron.
closer to home. I didn't know if Case isn't like a party school, really.
What's the big?
John Carroll.
I would say John Carroll's a big religious school.
That's
So,
Jesus, you know.
so you know they party.
That's right.
They
That's
party
why I
real
asked.
good.
Yeah. U of Akron.
AK Rowdy.
They,
Shut up.
I get emails daily from the president's office at the University of Akron, who've unfortunately heard their alumnus, Cody Helpful Poundcake Brown, and they implore me daily to try to find some way to keep their accreditation, given what one of their most prominent graduates does here on a daily basis.
Well,
And I waste no time in writing them back. I said, don't hold it against the entire university just because pound cake is some kind of way.
I'll tell you what, President, if you wipe out my student loans, I promise I will never tell anyone ever that I'm from the University of Akron. That's how, you don't have to worry about it. I will tell them.
You joke. They may very well take you up on that.
Fine.
They may very well take you up on that. It's a win-win.
I was saying they can't.
They
erase
don't
my
have to claim.
experience.
They don't have to claim you as a graduate. You'll no longer be
I'm never.
a black mark on their academic achievements.
I won't be in debt anymore.
Right. How much you got left on their books?
Pretty much all of it.
Which is how much?
like $30,000.
For 4 years?
5.
Pretty sweet. For 5 years? You only had 30 grand?
My mom took out loans too, so I don't know how much she owes.
Oh.
You should find out.
You should find out.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Because it's going to break my soul. I'm like, you did all this and I didn't try my hardest.
Hey, listen, pal. That's what I told you. I just paid mine off 2 years ago. Well, anyway, whatever campus you're partying at, next Saturday, going to want to launch into that Sunny D vodka seltzer. Now, this is hashtag not an ad. I'm just telling you. Because the Borgs are all the rage.
Until I can snort 151, I'm not interested.
Snort.
151, yeah. You remember how it was like
They had
all
the powdered version for a minute, right?
not of 151. They're not trying to kill people, but they did have like a powdered version of vodka, and I thought it was gonna be all the rage. I'm like, pretty soon this is gonna be the alcohol of the future. You just do it instead of doing a little bump, Like, now you can just sip your alcohol or just bump your alcohol.
Okay.
But it didn't.
Well, something to consider. I'm being told you can get Tampico at Dollar General.
Okay.
So that's we're looking into. Alan, isn't Sunny D and vodka Riot Punch from Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Yeah, probably. Always Sunny D in Philadelphia. CVS is closing down because they spent too much money on receipt paper.
That's not true.
That's not
Oh.
true. What?
What? It's not.
It's not? Oh, come on.
They do have the option now to just email the receipt, which is so nice. So I just get my
Everybody.
CVS email.
But
That-
that's like their signature now.
No, but that's the best hack because if it's less work for them, you're not wasting paper. All my retail receipts now, they come email,
Mm-hmm.
right? Giant Eagle, Walgreens, CVS, whatever. You can get them all via email. It's great. Allen Case sucks for parties. I went there. I know firsthand. Let me advance the radical theory that's maybe it's you and not Case, and I'm speaking firsthand. I wasn't a partier in college.
I don't understand.
So it's not necessarily that there weren't parties going on at college.
Just weren't
Just that
invited.
not even invited. I didn't drink. And everybody I knew I didn't drink. So fundamentally, they were not, sometimes they'd get like a perfunctory kind of invite from people. They go, hey, it was like, no. That's fine. I'll be at home banging your girlfriend. That was my move.
Hey.
It's just so weird that we literally have a town called University Circle or a neighborhood called University Circle, and yet it's not a party area. How? You got 3 colleges all right there.
There are plenty of parties going on over there.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's just that I don't think that they're they don't jump to the top of anyone's mind as party schools, It's not Arizona State. But there are parties on every campus.
Isn't there like a Notre Dame college over there too?
Yeah, but isn't that a vocational school or something?
No, it's a college. That's
Oh,
why
it
they
is?
call it Notre Dame College. I know because I I think I applied there, too.
Okay.
And I thought about going, but Akron won me over.
But that's a Jesus school, too.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
3 colleges.
I think anything called Notre Dame is probably a Jesus school.
Okay.
But again, that's my point. Even if you're not, a lot of campuses are commuter campuses, right? Everybody goes back and forth to home. They're
Well-
still be having parties.
In a way, Akron's a Jesus school because whenever Pound Cake talks about being a college graduate, I'm like, Jesus.
Forget you.
Forget you. Yeah, well, listen. There's a lot to learn. You could still go back to the University of Akron and disguise yourself as a student and just as an experiment, see how you fit into the culture.
I
there.
already tried this.
Hello,
remember?
fellow kids. Yeah, but I don't know how hard
Fellow
you
youth.
tried. You
I
wanted
got
to.
kicked out of the bar.
You just went back to see if people would think you were. You didn't put any work into
They
it.
didn't even let me in. Well, okay. In my defense, I did show my ID, so he knew I wasn't a student. But it didn't mean I didn't look like a student. And there's plenty of people that go there that are graduate students. So I don't understand how he just looked at me and was like, "This bar is for students only." I'm like, "How you not gonna take my money?" I was so offended. Me, my boyfriend, and then our friend and her boyfriend. And they were like, "No, we're not letting you in." I was like, wow, this is what rejection feels like. We're too old to get into a place. First time that ever happened, and I'd never want to feel that feeling again.
Yeah.
It hurt. It stung. I know what
Yeah.
it feels like now, Alan. I understand your pain.
Well, my pain was from being rejected because I had an expired license. I was dating somebody who was still in college, and they wouldn't let me in. And I go, bro, look at me. I mean, this was 20 years ago, but I was like, look at me. I'm clearly of age.
I was with a 50-year-old Indian lady trying to get into a bar in a college town when I was in Arkansas in the NWA last year, and they still wouldn't let
Yeah,
us in because they're just that's the rule. They say everybody has to have an ID no matter what.
Well, that's
I
why.
had an ID.
But that's why back in the day, if you had a fairly passable fake, they would let you in because they didn't care. I think now it's a lot more stringent. You better have a good fake.
They swipe it.
And they
now.
got swipe it,
Right.
yeah.
It ain't as easy as it used to be.
I wonder, and these people who had their little side business making, fake IDs, how do they get it to swipe? Because there's been people that I know that have had their ID swiped, and I'm like, oh, you're about to get it. So either
No, you can have the watermark and all the things. You can have them all.
But what I'm saying, either the bouncer, they're not really swiping, they're just doing that to scare you, or that's a really good fake.
You can get really good fakes. You go online, you pay with crypto, and you get somebody somewhere to make a really good fake.
Wow.
It's expensive,
Yeah,
but yeah, you get it done.
I don't do that.
Okay, I've got to take a break. If you'd like to send a text for anything, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com, where you watch live. I'm going to have those Weezer tickets for you after the break. They're doing June at Blossom with Modest Mouse. So if you want to